I had someone the other day ask what was up with my haircut, and not a haircut, I just lost a lot of hair after I had a baby. So it's not a mullet, I'm not growing out bangs, it's just the hair that fell out growing back in, and I don't really know what to do about it because it's like 50% of my head. I absolutely cannot wear my hair down anymore. I don't have enough hair to wear my hair down anymore. And it's growing really slow. And my body thought it would be really funny for it to start growing back gray too. So it's just been a lot of fun. But that's what's going on with my haircut. My hair fell out. So today I have swatches of the Coral collection from Picture Polish. So this collection is 5 reflective glitter polishes. This collection is also part of Picture Polish's Polish with a Purpose concept, where $1 from each bottle goes towards a different organization. The organization for this collection is the Living Coral Biobank, which works to preserve coral in kind of like a coral arc, if you will, like taking it and preserving it for research and conservation purposes, restoration purposes. I will link the Picture Polish website down below where you guys can check these out because they are available right now. Make sure you check out Picture Polish's shipping policies because they are an Australian brand and they do ship from Australia, so it's a little different depending on where you're located in the world. 5 polishes here all together, and I will get into the swatches. So the first polish is called Staghorn, and this is described as a decadent sea green. So this one is definitely sheer on the first coat. Great formula and applies very evenly. There is a really great green shimmer in here in addition to the reflective glitter. Now, reflective glitter reminds me a lot of texture polish, even more so than just a regular glitter. It dries very gritty and it is very difficult to remove. So you will want to use a good top coat and whatever glitter removal method you prefer. This covered for me in 2 coats, but it was very close to needing 3, so I could see some people needing 3. That is 2 coats of Staghorn. The next polish is called Cfan, and this is described as a deep turquoise. Like the last polish, this one was also a bit sheer on the first coat, but still applies very smoothly. This also is not thick at all, which was surprising to me because there's reflective glitter in here, and usually anything with a lot of glitter ends up thick, but the formula on these is very good and not thick at all. This covered completely for me in 2 coats, but it was another one that I could see you needing 3 just depending on your application or your preference. I was right in between 2 and 3 coats myself, and it definitely looked more opaque or more sheer just depending on the angle that you were looking at. So that is 2 coats of Cfan. The next polish is called Sun Coral, and this is described as a seductive and enticing violet pink. Also a little sheer on the first coat. These seem to be a clear-ish or maybe slightly smoky base with the reflective glitter and then also these little shimmer particles. There doesn't really seem to be an actual base color, which is why they're more sheer and take a little bit more to build up. Along the lines with the rest of the collection, very good formula though, applies very evenly. This did cover completely for me in 2 coats, but again, very close to needing 3, so I would not be surprised at all to hear that some people needed 3 coats for this one. So that is 2 coats of Sun Coral. The next polish is called Sea Whip, and this is described as a brilliant blue. This one is also a bit sheer on the first coat, but like the others, and I'll repeat myself again here because these are pretty much all the same formula, very good formula, applies very evenly. I know I also said this already, but I'm just really happy with how these feel on the nail, the thickness of these, or I guess lack of thickness in these, because there is glitter in them. You'd expect them to be at least a little bit thick, and they're not at all. This one did cover completely for me in 2 coats, and it was a very solid 2-coater, not like the other polishes in the collection where maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3. This was a definite 2-coater for me. So that is 2 coats of Sea Whip. And the last polish is called Brain Coral, and this is described as a blue mauve. You know how this goes, a little bit sheer in the first coat, really good formula. So I'm going to talk about something else here. When I was taking the clips of the flash reflective effect, I noticed that if I had macro mode on my phone or if I changed the zoom, I would get more or less of the reflective effect just depending on how I filmed it, which I thought was pretty interesting. So the clips that you're seeing is probably the least amount of reflective effect that I was able to get because I wanted you to see the color as well, but it can definitely be more reflective in videos depending on what camera settings that you're using. 2 coats for full opacity, you might need 3 depending on your application. So that is 2 coats of Brain Coral. So Sea Whip is going to be my favorite for 2 reasons. It's the brightest polish in the collection, which I really appreciate. It's a beautiful, bright, vibrant blue. You guys know I love blues. And I think the coverage on this one was just a little bit better than the other ones. So I did 2 coats for everything. You guys saw that in the swatches. But this was a very solid 2-coater where the other ones were kind of teetering on the edge of 2 and 3. 3 coats is not the end of the world to me, but this being the color that I like the best, and I think having the best coverage out of all the polishes made this a pretty obvious favorite. Sorry if I'm talking really fast. I filmed this once already and I had a big giant lash extension on my cheek, so I have to redo it. So that is the Coral collection from Picture Polish. Again, I will link that website down below where you guys can check them out. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.